Terry? Nothing.
Terry?
What's going on? Just can't cool down, ain't it?
It's all week. This one, I guess, all week.
We can.
One question for you. One. Number
Jenny,
11,
those
page
pages.
3.
Yep.
Now, the old one used to say
Thursday night
that
evening.
the town had listed as an additional insured. And I talked to somebody in insurance that said that we should probably
Okay,
have
that's,
stuff.
that wording in there, yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine, so. Found the correction on another page too, that I missed, so.
Yeah, I got a couple of things, but not necessarily yours.
It's supposed to be 90. Here on the weekends, huh? 90 on Saturday, 92, 90 on Sunday, 91 on Monday.
That's all over the country.
You look more comfortable than you did in the uniform last time you was here. I am.
You're a lot more comfortable. Joe won't let me use pool.
Told you anytime. Oh, I did lose it, you know, with the John. Come back and I turned down the chemicals. Why, I had no idea. It took me 2 days to get it back.
Did it really?
This kind of heat, you want to carry on.
Yeah, for the chemicals.
A lot of sun, a lot of
Yep.
heat.
I don't know, the pools I always had, you had to just manually empty out.
That was the easy way.
You got to blow them up.
No.
Oh.
He
See,
got the
old
good
plastic
ones.
ones, you know.
Yeah. He got the good ones.
My neighbor used to always set one up. He had no idea what he was doing, obviously, because it would start tilting.
We're gonna have a copy paper and there's not a place in any store in town has copy paper.
Sometimes it's hard to find stuff.
So I had to double side it. Jerry? Sure. There you go. I think I left the minutes agenda at home, I think, it might be on the back of one of these pages.
Yeah, that's almost everyone.
You want the agenda?
See if I got it here someplace. Probably.
I brought one too.
Don't do.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put that one there.
Yeah.
Do you need one?
There you go. Pipe hidden from you.
It was hiding there.
I hope Dawn's coming out.
She just
Carry
walked
that
by.
back home.
Shh, here she comes.
You're probably like, is she gonna show up? Usually it's Ralph
Yeah.
that's running behind.
He said he forgot to.
Ralph was just worried about having
I
to
gave
carry
you
that
an
back
empty,
home.
an extra present there.
Oh, an extra one,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I was just saying, I hope she comes, I don't have to take that back home.
Yeah, I was trying to print everything for tonight's meeting, and my computer kept saying, "Oh, you need a subscription to Word," and I'm like, "I have it."
Yeah.
And then finally, yeah, I don't know what happened, but
I
it
get
started
one.
printing and
To
stuff.
Adobe all the time because I switch computers and it's like it switches back and forth. And it's like,
That
ugh.
might be why. Because I had my other laptop up working on it the other day. I don't know.
It's a bit.
I figured it out.
Gee, thanks, Ralph. I had one heck of a meeting. You fed me to the wolves.
Oh, yeah. I understand.
Wow.
At the wind farm and stuff? Or-
At the, at,
She can't
yes.
tell you about it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's
It's
out there
top
at the
secret.
industrial park. They were wanting to rezone from agriculture to industrial, and yeah, there were so many
It's-
Wolcott people in there. They were standing along the walls. All chairs were taken, both rooms, and it was well, I was there for 3 hours. Let's put it that way.
Wow.
What was that?
Yeah, my first meeting, 3 hours.
It's been building.
Now we know why you.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
That's
That's exactly what I thought. I was like, now I know why Ralph got off.
Timed that too. That's right.
I
They
like
start getting emails about, you have to come to a meeting and sign non-disclosure
Yeah.
agreements and stuff like that, and I'm like, oh, this sounds pretty bad.
Uh-huh.
Done that.
Well, gee, I didn't have to print this one. It's already printed for me. All right. Yeah, I went to that one too, so I've been to 2 meetings.
Yeah.
Thing I kept hearing, that Wolcott didn't have the water. Randy just said they would possibly drill some wells, I'm thinking.
Well, they've been supplying them water.
Hmm?
They've been supplying them water.
I know, but they were gonna have to do another,
Yeah,
well,
I don't know what's gonna go in there. Of course, they haven't done anything or filled out anything or.
Rumor I was hearing was data center. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's,
That's all you hear.
Yeah.
Data center,
Yeah.
data
So
center.
yeah,
Gonna
everywhere.
hire-
You're
100 to 200.
complaining there in Tiffany County too about it.
And windmills. When delivered
That's the
solar
living,
and
yeah.
windmills there the
oh,
other day.
yeah,
Right?
yeah.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
I know, I've been in several of those.
Ready?
Maybe you're,
August 13th, 2025.
welcome everyone. Do we have a motion on the minutes from the last meeting, or any questions?
Make a motion to accept the minutes from the last meeting.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any questions on the accounts payable?
I'll make a motion to approve accounts payable as presented.
Second,
Second.
all in favor? Aye. Let us sign it. Everybody sign it.
Yes.
Any questions on the installation of the appropriations detail history? Everybody signs. last one, I don't see the date. Okay. All right, under new and old business, anybody wanna bring up anything?
You had talked about the restrooms.
Mhm.
I mean, I would definitely like to see one of the parks fully have the bathrooms done. So yes, if we could start getting, quotes, that would be nice. I mean, you were saying probably four stalls per each one for the women and the men, and
4 stalls, you're talking about 2.
2 different places, or you talking about one place?
no, just, I mean, I know if we do just one place, it's probably gonna be like $50,000 at least. I would like to see bathrooms at the Wood Street Park. But I know probably more people go to the Arbol Park
Probably
just
always
for the
more.
base, just for the fields.
Maybe more.
Otherwise, most of us that live in town tend to go to the Wood Street Park, I think.
Comments?
And I mean,
Well, we can,
I'd like to see the Wood Street get a one-room unisex bathroom with men, and that way it would cut our cost if we have just the one instead of 2 separate sections.
there you go.
how widely used is that bathroom, that porta john down at the Wood Street Park?
I mean,
Is it ever a mess or?
it's hard to tell. I usually don't check it because they're there every Monday checking it. Usually the only time I check it is if, it's been moved by somebody other than us, or, but generally it's, anytime I've looked in there, it's clean, kept nice. I can't really, people use it when they're there, but, being there, watching.
Yeah, I don't think
hard to
it's-
tell.
If we're gonna do one, I think it needs to be at the baseball field.
You could see how much like a one would be.
Who would like to take the lead on that?
One stall.
Anybody?
I'm good.
Do it.
On one of them or both
The one.
of them? He's like the one at Wood Street.
Yeah, see
Well,
what-
that's what we're asking.
Yeah.
I mean, the other one's
Yeah.
already pre-existing for now, so.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'll check, see how much money.
Mhm.
Okay. Yep, we can do that.
I mean, there may not be enough reason not to, if you're gonna build one, build 2. I don't know. If you build one, it may not be that much of a savings.
Well, I think like Emmett said, if people are down at Wood Street Park, they use them, but usually they don't have big crowds, so,
No.
don't have as much demand for both, sexes bathrooms as opposed to just one. We could do it, and with one, and the cost is.
What's it cost us to rent it? Or, no, do you have any
I
idea?
don't have
I think it's 200.
a month.
That's pretty cheap.
And then we get an extra one for the fireworks.
Right.
Compared to paying thousands and thousands of
I
dollars.
was like, I'm sure it's probably more.
Thought it was 2.
Yeah, cause mine would build that is right around 52, I think. Just for a bare.
Can't probably get
I
that.
just can't see it for the money.
That's a lot of
If we
money.
wanted to do 4 stalls, 2 and 2 down at the baseball field, well, how much would you guess? Without looking, that's hard to say.
15,000, maybe
15?
10,000. It depends on if you want to do a pole barn structure, you probably get away for 7,500.
Mm.
If you do block, probably
We've
double
already
that.
got blocks.
Probably 15, do block, foundation all the way around, plumbing,
That's less than I thought.
rough ends.
Okay. We could just get a rough idea.
Like alcoholic matrix, we can
I
alcoholic
think it's
matrix.
higher than that, but
Give them a beer, case of beer.
who knows?
Work for it.
Yeah. No, that's good.
Okay,
Are those ADA compliant?
They
yeah.
be pretty easy to make.
Well, if we add on to the existing one, then it's already ADA accessible,
Mhm.
so.
Yeah, makes sense that on.
Mhm.
If we do that one down at Wood Street, then we'd have to make it ADA.
Yeah,
Just like what they did in Chalmers.
yeah.
That building was quite a bit more.
Yeah.
You might wanna pay.
Oh, I know, they have a kitchenette and stuff in there. Mhm.
Okay, so you'll take that and work with Ken on it. Okay. Any other old or new business?
One thing I wanna add on the bathrooms that I think would help with the appearance of them is to paint the floors. I mean, the walls look nice, but the floors just look dirty and gray and.
Probably use that seal coat.
Yeah, yeah.
Or
something.
that
So you got that
stucco
industrial
stuff,
epoxy.
Yeah, I don't know what they call it, but something like that, I think it'd
Yeah.
brighten it up and make it look cleaner and there, probably make it easier to clean too.
Yeah, in Lafayette, they use that on their floors in the bathrooms.
Yeah, same thing with the,
Spike resistant.
yeah. Same thing with the walk-in park bathroom there at the water plant too. I think it would just really help with the appearance of it.
Okay. Anything else, new or old business? Okay, Ken, you and I have been working quite a bit on getting the bids. Where we at?
Am I supposed to come up there?
Yeah, you're supposed to, Ken, right there.
Front and center.
So on the water lines, the movement of the water lines for the work Terry's already got his electric lines down, he's efficient on those, so.
You looking at the highway?
Yeah, we got 2 quotes for contractors to do just the work, they're both under 150,000, so I guess that may be okay if we don't bid it. And then we're supposed to meet Friday with Swisher on getting the prices for the actual materials. So, we have until April to do that work. So hopefully, we'll be able to get that going here pretty soon, work with them on that.
Who's the contractor's bid?
We asked FK to bid it, and we asked AccuDig to bid it.
Well, I can dig do that.
So that's, and then, we had asked, had asked, NDOT to meet with us and, do an unofficial detour agreement. Cause sometimes when they, build stuff, they don't always take the official detour. They'll come right through town, down 8th Street and down 4th Street, so we'd like to get that videotaped.
Tape it, and if there's any damage, they'll pay for it. I hope.
Then Emmett can update you on paving, they're doing good. The next paving round is October 1 to 28. The next round after that will be July. They'll go to once a year rounds, since they took the money down from 200 million to 100 million a year. So there's less money. And they also require the people rating your streets, there's 2 layers of rating. You have to take a class, pass a test to become a certified rater. Then you have to take a class, pass another test, become a quality control rater. So the raters get rated by the quality control guys. So I passed the first test and I had my license or my registration number, I don't know how you call it. A little number they give out because you passed the test, 36 questions. And then when they do the quality control part, I'll do that as well. No answer yet on whether you can be your own quality control rater. So.
Sweet job.
Worth a
Yeah,
try.
right.
So if you wanted to have streets this round, it'd be October. End of October will be the
I
deadline to
don't
get
think
it
we
done.
got the money.
So then the next round will be July of next year. So, I asked Amy Samuelson, who is your SRF engineer, to set up a pre-construction date to start the water project. I've not heard back from her yet. You got your PER approval letter on the 4th of August, so everything's been approved. And then whenever she says, tell a pre-construction meeting, then we'll get in here with everybody and hold a pre-construction meeting and get started on that project. So that's,
She's doing our water one.
yes, sir.
And not up north. You said Amy?
Amy Samuelson from
Up.
State Revolving Funds.
Okay.
She's the bond reviewer, works for the state, reviews your project and makes sure it's all squared away. And
Okay.
doesn't have any questions about your crazy engineer. And then, on your internet, I would suggest, upgrading. If you have two modems and one's stuck behind another, you can get an 8-port modem with power over Ethernet capabilities. That way, all ports have their own individual port going out to the internet. You're not stringing 2, 3 behind each other. Your Comcast business provider could probably come in and take a look at that for you. And then that way you could reconfigure your firewall with a new modem. I think that thing's from 1970s called. They want to know what back.
1970.
Might be able to get a new modem with a new firewall.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Improve your speed and your safety. Then you get a battery backup on that. If the power goes out, you shouldn't lose internet, but your computer won't have any power, but it shouldn't cause any issues having to reset everything if you maintain power, because if your power goes out, then you have to reset everything. So.
You're talking about a UPS?
Yeah, battery backup, yes. Yeah. So if you wanted to do that, I could get with him and do that if you wanted to.
Sure.
Or work with Terry.
Is that okay? No, there we go. We do need
Yeah,
better, we need to
it's-
upgrade it.
And then, the final two things, I'm sorry it takes so long.
You're not,
On your wastewater project, the state is changing the way it does things. You can only submit the second round of each year if you have an SRF co-funding source. That hasn't gone into effect yet, that going to affect the next year. So if you want, you can apply for that grant. You get $700,000
I thought we were.
this round with SRF.
But hadn't we okayed that, the group one?
We okayed the SRF grant, yeah, but the application itself for the O grant is what I'm talking about. So if that's okay, we'll get that going. And the last thing I've got is I sent some information on.
Yeah, so look,
Basically, all the signs the city has are not compliant. So if you wanted to work with them, whatever, go after grant to replace all those. The ones along the state highway stops are compliant. So just mirror those, you'd be fine.
okay.
Talk to your attorney. She can tell you what's legal.
I got a question for you, Ken. The next round, since we're not doing the October round of blacktopping, is the next round gonna be as generous as they have been in the past, as far as quarter match or anything like that?
It will go from 25% match down to 20% match. So 75, 25 is what it is now. Next year it'd be 80-20, so you only have to put 20% in. So if you do $1 million project, you only have to put 200,000 in, not 250.
Right, so I just was wondering if it's, I don't know what we got, it's urgent, you know, I hate to them to take that program completely away.
They're not, they just cut it in half. So if you talk to your state senator, state representative, say, hey, we don't appreciate what you did, get that money back up to 200 million. It's been that way for 10 years and the state hasn't lost any money, I don't know why they're.
So it's 200 million per municipality or what?
It's 1 million per municipality. The total funding we've had in the past has been 200 million. As a matter of fact, they did actually change it from a total of $1 million to $1.5 million. You go after $1.5 million, they had enough funding, but now it's down to $1 million, and they only have $100 million a year dedicated to the program. If your streets maintain a certain rating level, which I'm sure they will, you can then get some kind of a, Regina should be looking at it, if she's watching, hi Regina, but you should be able to use some SRF, not SRF, local road streets or motor vehicle highway money. Somehow there's a benefit there. So we'll just check your average rating of your streets, and then there's a benefit you can be able to use your motor vehicle.
So if we
highway
wanted to
money.
go in October, can we borrow money out of a utility?
You wouldn't have to have any money until next year.
So,
You could go in October, and you're not gonna be able to pay until April next year anyway.
okay.
Unless
Makes sense.
you really,
So we might as well.
unless you find someone in January to pave your streets, but I doubt there's gonna be any.
Right. Let's look at that.
I think that's what I was
I
trying
see
to
what
get
you-
at.
yeah, I'm
I
getting
hate
it.
to miss a chance to get some money, they never know when
They said they're gonna
the state's
cancel
gonna
it.
cut it off, so.
All right,
We'll look at that.
take some of your time. Thank you.
Terry, you got anything?
I don't have at this present time.
Okay.
You feel all right?
Yeah.
He's saving it up for next meeting.
When Regina's here. I
You've been
appreciate
kind,
it, Jerry.
been kind of Linda.
That look that she gave me told me, hey.
Jason's not here, so. Emmett, what's your report?
Got a whole lot. I think it's been fairly quiet. As far as sewer goes, everything's been going good down there. Normal operations, no issues. Water plant, same thing. We do have a small service line leak on 4th Street. Not big. We'll be taking care of that beginning next week. And then this week I've been working with Tim, getting his applications for his distribution and treatment license, because he's at the point in the apprenticeship where we start doing that. So hopefully I think gonna be next month is once he gets it next month he'll be able to go and take those. So we'll be working on keeping him prepped and ready to do that. And same as Terry, really not much as far as electric. Really right now the only thing we got going on is putting together a list for our tree trimming that we get with the maintenance agreement for all the 3-phase wires and all that. And then the other, on the 4th, new mower came in, 5th, I went and picked it up. I've been using that, it's been nice. It's cutting down on mow time, but with the different style deck, it's made it where we have to do little to no cleanup afterwards. So that's been a big plus on that. And then on painting curbs, working on the west side, looking to have the whole west side done by the end of this week. And then we'll be moving to this side of the tracks, and I'll be sectioning out sections that way. It's just not all at once. We do smaller areas at a time so we don't miss anything.
I got a question. Didn't we used to have a sprayer to paint curbs?
Yeah, but usually with that, a lot of times you're better to have 2-man, because a lot of times for the overspray you got to have a guide so you aren't overspraying into the yards or onto the asphalt.
Yeah, I just know we've used it in the past.
And then as far as the paving project, today we're kind of wrapping up all the backfill, seeding, and all that. So all the concrete work is done. Monday the 18th is when they're scheduled to have the mill here, and they're looking to have between Monday and Tuesday have all the milling and paving done, and they should be doing everything by the end of the day.
Looks nice. Really
It does.
nice job.
I just didn't understand why they started over there by the church instead of starting over there on Railroad Street by the school, knowing that cars will line up at 1 o'clock in the afternoon to get children.
Well, a lot of it was even though this was a shorter stretch with more, because all the
Because they just
sidewalks.
give up. I'm telling you, 3 o'clock, they just all went to their cars and give up because it was packed and they couldn't do anything. Cars wouldn't move. There were 50 cars already lined up.
Well, that was actually all that was actually coordinated with them, because I spoke with April, who's in charge of transportation for the school. We got it to where they were at a point to where all the cars could do that for that reason, so that way they could still use that and not have to find an alternate spot for them to do that for that day.
Yeah, we were.
But and like I said, and they started on Wood Street because like the sidewalk approaches and a couple of those, they had to make more adjustments with those, make sure there's enough positive fall in the road, because for it to drain properly there was so little fall, they had to do a lot more with making sure that all the approaches were correct on that one, so they wanted to get that one out first due to the more complexity of that one. Whereas on Railroad, the one side it was a straight shot, and then the other side, side from 2 driveways they didn't have to tear out, they didn't have to go around as much, and match as much grade and all that, so that was why they did it that way.
I got a question. I did notice one sidewalk there, and I don't know if they still do, but they used to have somebody in a wheelchair, and the sidewalk goes down to the curb, but they got the curb higher than that ramp now. So
They took that out and put in just the regular curb, because the person that had the wheelchair no longer lives in that house.
yeah, but we're still gonna have,
They took it completely out between the curb and
Okay, gotcha.
for that reason, because it wasn't gonna match
Yeah.
because of it being an old ADA.
Okay.
No, that was rectified, so that way there wasn't, a low spot next to the curb on the backside.
You have a question?
Yeah, that gas line that they fixed up there at J&J's,
I've
do you know anything about it or what happened? I mean, seems like we're having a lot of gas leaks there in the last 6 months.
Yeah, I mean, so far, the ones that they've done repairs on this year, they've been good. But also that one from years ago, I've been keeping in contact with NIPSCO.
Years
Trying-
ago.
The one that's in the one alley underneath the one dumpster, they still haven't got to it, but I keep talking to them about that one, to get that one patched. It was the one
Really?
you talked about, yeah. I've been keeping in touch with them on that.
Well, they should fix the gas leak.
You're saying that there's a new one up there?
No. You're talking about the paving.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. No, but I was just talking about, if we're looking at a lot of repairs in town, it's no cost to us, but it seems like an abnormal amount of repair work's been done here in the last 6 months.
Yeah, those have been the two major ones. A lot of that's because that's more in the original part of town, and that's the old, it's kinda like our water mains, that's where more of the original.
Well,
Everything's aging.
Gas mains are,
I
and
know they
then-
did it in the 60s, cause they did it in front of my house when I lived on it.
But a lot of it is, it's just they're finding it's the older work that was either not done quite correctly the first time, or it's just because it's gotten so old that they're coming in and properly doing a fix, or it had been patched years ago and it was a shoddy job, and so they're coming in and trying to.
Do they have somebody that drives around with a tester or sniffer to see if there's any leaks? Or do you ever do that, to drive the streets or anything?
Yeah, no, there are some guys that they drive around that are in the service department, and
Okay.
just the smaller, like utility, 3/4 ton, 1 ton trucks, and
Okay.
they do that sort of thing.
Okay.
I was gonna ask you about the sign, was it damaged north of town?
Not too much. I mean, the one end, it's the way it's screwed in. It tore out from where the screws are through out. I'm gonna be getting with Dirk with input because they've got a crew that specializes in taking care of those.
Okay,
But yeah, no, it
so.
overall
What about the
it
mowing?
wasn't destroyed, but it's
What about
just
the mowing,
the way the screws were when the wind pulled it out. It just ripped right through it.
Okay,
It's
so
just
they'll
like
come and fix
panels,
that.
so-
Alright, yeah,
It's not
we're gonna call
incorporated.
too. Did you have somebody, besides that guy who was hired to spray weeds and do curbs and stuff, do you have somebody else helping him spray weeds? Cause I know the weeds along Brackney Street have not been sprayed.
South 8th, North 8th.
It would be south of 8th Street. Brackney has not been sprayed all summer,
I'll make sure that we get that.
either side. Yeah, that's what I've noticed. A lot of weeds, are growing up
Or is
right
it
along,
the boundaries with seed,
town,
just tip
on the
boundaries?
sidewalks in town up here.
Where that sign is.
The new
We can
pizza
ask them if
place?
I know.
Alright, talk to him.
The weeds are like, yeah, they look crazy.
So it's the south side.
No, I noticed some of those like uptown in the cracks that, will be.
Yeah, and the wall
So
Wall
just
Park
what we-
has a
So
huge
that's-
section up
Maybe
there. The
supply the
corner
water,
park has a huge section
just
of
been
weeds,
there.
and yeah. I mean, I know
I
he
thought
needs
there
help
was some
because
kind
the
of
town's
boundary went up around it.
big. I mean, if he's
I think
trying to
that's
spray
just maybe
weeds
just
and he's trying to
statistics.
paint, that's a lot for one
Probably
person.
blind it. Blind it.
So if we could go around with a sprayer or something.
Yes.
Well, it's not our-
No, that's-
Before the festival,
Yes,
at
no,
least.
that's the big thing right now is trying to be, curbs especially, but yeah, the weeds also, we're trying to get all that to where we're getting prepped for the festival. We're just doing, the normal move, what we gotta move, bleachers, picnic tables, all that, so we are,
And the sign that's down there by Casey's,
I've called
is
that
that
in.
the state sign?
Yes, and I've
Oh my
already
gosh,
called that
because
into-
that post is like sticking right out there.
Yeah, I've already
Like
called,
somebody getting
Fourth
peeled.
or fifth time it's been knocked over.
maybe this year, do one of those spin
Ring
one
things.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they
But yeah, no.
Yeah, they need, like on a spring.
But yeah, when it happened, I get a hold of NDOT, so
That's
they're aware,
funny.
and that's why we have our temporary sign out there.
Okay. Thank
Anything else?
you.
Actually, just one other thing, just that this morning, we did take the town fire engine in. It just needed normal service, and then, the air conditioning worked on. Should be hopefully getting that back tomorrow.
Where'd you take it to?
Weirs,
Okay.
is the town, we haven't counted there, but, they specialize in that, and they've done work on the engine before there,
Mhm.
so. They're familiar with it, and they usually try to get turned around as quick as possible, knowing that it's fire apparatus.
Wow.
Thank you. Troy, got anything?
Yes, sir. Since my vacation, it feels like I've been, trying to play catch up. And then I've had a couple bad weeks, which I can talk about you individually later on. But for the most part, things are going smoothly. The school started. I'm down to one crossing guard because one of the crossing guards is having a knee replacement, so she'll be back. But we're down to one, so I have her kind of covering both for now. Plus, then whenever she can't, then I will step in and do whatever is needed to be done. We are in full prep for the festival. I have my normal things I got to get done. And the big thing that I've been doing the last couple weeks is trying to catch up with the grass, and I'm sure you all have probably an address or two to give me, but I have tickets I've written. I've talked to a lot of different people about different properties, but if there are any specific ones I'm missing, just feel free to let me know and I'll jump right on it. But I've given 4 tickets. I've got one more I'm going to send out. That's about all I can do about that. But I'm on it, or I'm back on it.
Is this more than usual?
It just for having 800 some properties in town, it's not too bad. The weeds seem more than the grass issue right now. I mean, people if they mow their yard, they're just letting the weeds go around their house or on the alley or wherever. So that's where I'm getting the most difficulty, and trying to get people to do that. If they don't understand why it takes a police officer to tell somebody to mow the yard, I've never understood that. But
Or weed eat.
so I don't really have anything other than that.
Okay.
I hope everything works out as you go forward.
I appreciate it.
Okay, any other discussions or concerns?
I sent out to all of you guys a version of the lease agreement. This is just the first draft, just so you guys have something to look at, and
Yep.
just let me know what things you'd like to change or modify.
I kinda looked at that.
Ralph's given me a few.
I've got
things that I-
two things, neither one of them are very big. First page where it says day of, and then it says 2025, maybe we should just leave that, like a blank space and the year, so she doesn't have to write it out every year. And then there's one other thing, let's see what that was. Oh, on the second page, right at the top, it says restrooms are to be checked and if necessary cleaned. I think we should just take that and if necessary out, they check and clean.
And things like that, and I was, I wondered about when we had that discussion last time.
Sounds like an option otherwise.
Yeah, take that out.
Good idea.
So, okay.
And then that, I had one other thing I gave her,
Yeah.
that was it.
Okay. Anybody have anything else? Okay.
That voice quote is where we have to get a software update once we get the new meters in Neptune. So that's what that's for.
So we need to motion to approve this? Or are you just showing us what we're saying?
I was just showing you because we've got a quote for it in January.
Okay.
And then I did another one last week and it stayed the same, so
Okay.
hopefully we're locked in here and.
So we need a motion to approve this expense. Is that
We
right?
already did, didn't we? We can do it, we can do it
Sounds like we
now.
already approved it.
Okay.
We can do it.
I think, cause it was discussed like
Yes.
last winter
Okay,
sometime.
I see it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we approved it,
Yeah.
Okay.
cause we talked about it.
Anything else? If not, open for adjournment.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second.